All right, so I just came from Napa Auto Parts, okay? And we got the part that was needed for this car. Here it is. It's gonna be a one system thing, like I said. Where is it? This shorter part right here, where my finger is, this is where the hose broke. I thought this center piece right here, I'm sorry, let me put it down. But I thought this center piece right here was a separate part, and I thought these two hoses on the side of this center piece right here, I thought it was like all separate. But as you can see, it's all one piece, all right? In Napa Auto Parts, this ran me $100 or whatever. The guy at Napa Auto Parts, he was nice enough, since I was in there telling jokes and shit. He was nice enough to help me out with a little discount, so I didn't have to pay the extra 10%. Yeah, $100 for this. Then obviously you're gonna have to get the coolant. This is the one that I use. It's already 50-50, so you don't have to add any water to it. It's already mixed. Okay. And we're gonna be replacing this. It's a simple replacement, all right? So at each end, okay, if we follow this in, there's gonna be a hose clamp right here. I don't know if you can see that hose clamp, but it's literally right here where my finger is. Let me get this light. This is my light right here. Okay, so on this loose part, hold on, let me switch the camera around. Okay, so this is the part we're replacing, all right? On either side of the end of each hose, there's gonna be a hose clamp right here, which is also, this is the part right here that we're looking at. As you can see, it goes in. On this, it goes in. The hose clamp is gonna be at the end of this. You just follow it to the end and take the hose clamp off, which is right here. I'm touching it right now. And then on this end, there's gonna be another hose clamp on this end, which I'll show you. If you follow this up to the end of it, there's a hose clamp right here, okay? So you're gonna remove that hose clamp and the hose clamp on the other side, right? It should be able to come off. And then, wait, actually it's not gonna be able to come off just yet. Right on the bottom of this jimmy right here, okay, you're gonna have to pinch that to be able to pull this up and out, all right? Because as you can see, right over here, I'm sorry, I'm trying to like find a good angle for y'all. As you can see right there, it's clamped into the bottom of this frame looking damn thing. Okay, so you gotta pinch it in order for it to come out right down there. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. And once again, that's this part right here, okay? Once you get those three things, both hose clamp on that end, hose clamp on that end, pinch that up and out, you're gonna take this, you're gonna put the hose clamp that you took off, and you're gonna, shove this onto the radiator. You're gonna tighten the hose clamp up. Same thing on that side. Put the hose clamp on, tighten it into this. There's a hose clamp right here, silver hose clamp. We're gonna take that hose clamp off. Okay, I'm gonna try and get it. So you're gonna squeeze, give it a wiggle. So I'm clamping it, wiggling it off, boom. If you have coolant in here, I recommend you drain the coolant, okay? But this is where the part broke at. It shouldn't have broken off, but it broke. So, little failure of wear and tear. Just happens over time if you're wondering why and how it happened. All right, so turns out I was wrong. It wasn't a wear and tear issue. Basically what went on was the water pump, not the water pump, the thermostat, it was stuck closed. And it being stuck closed, it created a lot of pressure inside of the system, which caused the coolant to overheat and come to a boiling point, which the pressure then ended up blowing the hose. So it's not a wear and tear issue, my bad. All right, there's another hose clamp over there I gotta remove, but I'm gonna remove this from over here first. All right, this is the tool I'm using. Gotta grab this shit out. Who the fuck is calling me? This nigga.
Who?
This boogie. Hit him later.
Tell him fuck off. Oh, that's gorgeous.
All right. So that's that you gotta remove. Then there's this hose leads to the reservoir. Okay, you're gonna remove the reservoir hose. It doesn't have any clamp on it, so you're just gonna twist and pull.
You wiggle it.
All right. So that's off, and then there's one more part you gotta remove, which is right over here.
Right
Here,
over
let me get
where?
that. Oh, let me remove this because this is not a part of it. All right, that hose clamp right there. Gotta get in so you can see it. There goes one last hose clamp over there. The light is on it. All right, right over here. I'm gonna take the light off of it. Okay. That's the last hose clamp. So, get it right now. Oh, you just gotta tap on it. Can you see?
It was focusing on your arm.
All right, hold on, give me a second. I gotta wiggle this clamp off. Yeah, this these hoses are a little brittle. All right, I'll move that. Then pull and wiggle. Bada bing, bada boom. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. All right, got the part off, and you're just gonna reverse install the new part. Oh shit! I threw this on the ground. All right, these hose clamps, you're gonna reuse them. As long as they're in good condition.
They're fine?
Yeah, they look like they're in great condition. So basically just gonna take them off. It is hot as shit. It's musty out here.
It just rained.
Yeah, I know. It's like 80 degrees out here. All right, hose clamp is off over here. That's one. All right, not gonna use that.
I'm dying. I'm too tired for this shit.
Okay. Not gonna use that. What I would do though, I would save that radiator cap because you might need it for a later date. All right. All right. Just a heads up. So there's gonna be, like I said, this one is 200. This is the 2.4 liter motor. This one is for this hose is for the one without the oil cooler. The hose for the Dodge Journey that has the oil cooler, it's got like it reroutes to not reroutes, but it's got this thick hose, and then it has another hose that gets way thinner over here, and then the hose reopens right over here and gets bigger. So I think it's for more pressure for the ones with the oil cooler. Mine doesn't have an oil cooler, So it's gonna use this one that all looks the same all the way through. And remember, it's on this side with the mesh. It's on the side of the hose with the mesh. That one, for the one with the oil cooler, is $200. This one's only $100. All right. You can find it cheaper if you shop around, but you know, we were trying to get it right away so that way we could get this job done. Money really wasn't an issue, so. And you know, Napa is right around the corner for me, so. All right, so I'm just gonna throw this on here. Bring it all the way toward the back. Then we're gonna throw the other one on this side. So that way when we put it on,
Stupid.
oh, there we go. All right. So you want to bring it back far enough so that way when you push it on, then you slide this hose back on, all right? So, boom. Okay, so this is gonna go underneath the, this hose over here that goes to the airflow. Or the air filter. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wiggle this shit on. Hold on. There we go. Make sure it's all the way on. Okay. Then don't forget about this coolant reservoir hose, but moving over here. Come on over here. Come right here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's where this other side of the hose is going.
Move your lamp.
Boom. Oh shit. Okay, well. What I fucked up at is I gotta turn this hose clamp around real quick, so I'm gonna take it back out. All right, so I got that turned around. This part you could clip in. This is just gonna go right on here. Can you see it? That's gonna go right on there.
I just gotta go more. Yeah, there you go.
And there it goes. You want to make sure it's all the way on. Then
You gotta put that part on.
I'm tightening up the hose clamp. All right, so we got the old part out. We got the new part in. All right, clamps is on there. Clamp is on there. Okay. Oh, don't forget, you want to plug this hose in that leads all the way to the coolant reservoir. This one didn't have a clamp on it, but if it does leak, I would run the vehicle, see if it leaks or not. Once you fill this with coolant, I'm gonna fill this with coolant. You don't want to forget, because as of right now, all of the coolant leaked out, and if you're doing this job, you know, you want to take the coolant out. This is at the top of the radiator, so it might not come out on you unless if it's overfilled, but there was none in mine because due to pressure it all leaked out. But don't forget to plug that in when you are running the system, and when it does build full pressure. Keep an eye on this, because originally on the original one, it does not have a clamp on it. Okay, so if you see that this is leaking anything, you're definitely gonna want to put a clamp on it. Oh, and I had a little issue with the hose clamps, getting them on, because this is a new hose. So what I did was, I know I ride motorcycle and stuff, and I also fix motorcycles. So I used a little bit of motorcycle chain lube, which is grease. You can use grease, oil, some lube. Okay, you lube up. I'll show you on this one. If you lube up the area where the hose clamp goes a little bit, it makes it easier for the clamps to slide on. So that way you're not struggling with them. If you can see, it's a little wet over there because I had to lube it up to get the clamps on. It was giving me a little issue sliding them on. So I did that just to cheat a little bit. It worked for me, could work for you. Okay, just in case. It's hot out here. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna fill this with coolant. And oh shit, yeah, I also had to remove this for, you know, extra clearance because I didn't want to damage this hose. If there's anything you need to move to get clearance, you know what I'm saying, I had to put the wrench through there to kind of squeeze that clamp on. If there's anything you need to move for extra clearance so you don't damage anything, I advise you to move it. You know what I'm saying? It may take a few more seconds, but, you know, at least you're not spending more money replacing more parts because you done broke some shit, okay? All right, so I'm going to fill this shit with coolant right now. Once again, this is the 50-50. As you can see, it says ready to use. Do not add water. It's pre-diluted, 50-50. If you don't have the pre-diluted one, you're going to have to add water, unfortunately. I don't like going through all that other shit, and my pouring hand is bad right now because I'm trying to record and pour at the same time. You are going to fill this up completely. All right. So you're going to fill until this shit is full. Radiators sometimes take 2 of these jugs if you also are filling the coolant reservoir, which I'm gonna do. See, this shit is drinking. Sounds like it's coming to the top. Oh, there we go. All right, so that means it's full. There's some still in there. You know, let it do its thing, work its way down, because that's what it's gonna do. Or it might just stay there because it's full. You're gonna take the radiator cap. You're gonna put it back on. Oh, never do this job if your car is still warm, okay? Wait for your car to cool off, because if you pop this cap, this is a pressurized system. All that hot fucking boiling coolant, or if you got water in there, is gonna splash in your face. And you're gonna be in for a rude awakening, all right? This is a hose clamp I was gonna use because those were giving me a problem, but I got smart and I used some lube on it. Okay, so we're gonna add the rest of the coolant to the reservoir, which is right here. All right, and then your job should be done. Okay, it's not much coolant left in here. Don't forget to put the engine cover back on. Okay, and run the car. Make sure the car gets up to operating temperature, and the pressure is all the way nice and up, and it's at make sure when I say operating temperature, you know, the temperature gauge where it says hot or cold, make sure it's, you know, running right in the middle. Once it gets there, you want to make sure it's not overheating and going up any higher than that. You want to make sure that gauge is actually rising, because if it's not rising, then your temperature sensor needs to be replaced. So you want to make sure that gauge is actually moving properly. And then most most leaks will expose themselves under pressure. Okay, not all of them will expose themselves under pressure, but most of them will. So while once it builds temperature and builds pressure, you want to come over here and you want to check all the hoses and clamping points that you took off and replaced. And you want to make sure, I'm sorry, it was a horsefly trying to bite me. You want to make sure there's no drips, no leaks, or anything of the sort. You also want to check around the rest of the vehicle to make sure there's no leaks elsewhere. So once you all set, you're gonna let the car run, let it get up to temperature so that way the coolant could build pressure. When I say up to temperature, you want that to be, nice and in the middle. It starts to overheat again, then there's another problem. Once again, that check engine light is from all of that stuff that was going on with the overheating and shit. So we're just gonna let it build pressure. And it looks like it's almost there to the middle, which is close enough. It's almost at operating temperature. Should take like a few more minutes, but I'm gonna get up and check. We're gonna delete those codes in a minute. Get up and check for leaks. Okay, so we have one little small leak right here, as you can see, which is coming from the coolant reservoir. All right. So we're gonna want to get a small clamp for that. Like I said, initially it didn't have a clamp, but now we know it's gonna need one with this new joint. All right, so we're gonna get our flashlight. Hold on. And we're gonna check for any leaks over here. Gonna check for any leaks over here. I'm sorry if y'all can't see, but so far we good. I don't see anything leaking right now. Okay, this is one of the hose clamps we put on. It's nice and dry over there on that ledge. It is dry in there as well. Nothing's spraying out. At least I don't see anything yet. Nothing's dripping. If it was, definitely be able to tell. I don't see anything in there. I'm looking below it and everything as well. There's nothing over there. Nothing in there leaking. So we're good on that side. Then we're going to check over here on this side where the other hose clamp was that we did. As you can see, nothing's spraying out. So that's good. Nothing's wet over here other than, see where it's wet? That's where I lubed it at with the chain grease to slip that hose clamp on. But other than that, nothing's wet, which is a good sign. Nothing below it is wet. Everything's dry. So we good over here. Okay? Nothing over there is wet. We're good. All right, so leaks also expose themselves when you turn off the pressure. So we're gonna check it one last time. See if anything leaks right now. Not all leaks expose themselves under pressure. So I'm looking at this again. Nothing's leaking. That seems to be fine. We know this part right here is slightly leaking. This this hose right here that leads to the reservoir. Okay, so we're gonna have to get a clamp for that, which is an easy fix. It's not a huge leak, it's just dripping. Cause there's not a lot of high pressure coolant coming through there, you know what I mean? It basically adds coolant to the radiator as needed. You know what I'm saying? So we're good there, but I'm gonna get a hose anyways, just to you know, make sure we're straight there. We don't want no leaks in this bitch. All right, so everything else should be good. I'm gonna drive it, make sure we definitely straight. Holy shit, before I forgot to let y'all know. Make sure you delete this check engine light, okay? You remember all those check engine lights I was telling y'all about earlier? You're gonna make sure you delete those, because if not, then they still gonna stay in the system, and you're not gonna know if there's something further wrong with your vehicle. If you delete the check engine light and they pop back up, then that means you still have an issue that you haven't corrected yet. Then that means you have a whole different other issue, okay? So make sure you get them lights deleted, all right? And drive, I think it's 50 miles you gotta drive. And if everything's good, then it won't pop back up within the 50 miles, all right? So get that done. Once again, thanks for watching. Deuces.